Not having been an Intellivision kid, I continue to be fascinated as I discover the charming library of games released for the Mattel console that I missed. A few months ago, when I reviewed the laughably bad Intellivision plug-and-play from 2003, a little fish game called Shark caught my eye. Now, it was borderline unplayable on that device, but then I explored the original, and I knew I needed to feature it here on Friday Plays. That's next.
This video brought to you in part by Tommy in the Order of Cosmic Champions. This exciting and heartwarming coming-of-age Gen X novel is available now. Check the link for more info.
Hey there, welcome back to GenXGrownUp. I'm John and I am a Gen X grown-up. Thank you for taking the time to click on this video. Over the years, I've seen a number of little fish eats littler fish, grows, and then eats bigger fish style games on a number of platforms. And I don't know for certain if Mattel's Shark for its Intellivision was the very first game of this kind, but it just might have been. Released in 1982 and written by Don Daglow and Ji-Wen Tsao, Shark really comes out of the tank swinging with not just a variety of fish to encounter, but with a giant killer shark that, I come to realize, is the key to more fun and higher scores. So, put on your snorkel, let's dive in.
So here he is. Here is Mattel Electronics presenting Shark. This is the splash screen, another fish or water pun just for good measure. There's a surprising amount to know about this game, but you don't need to know all the stuff, but the more you know, the kind of more fun you have. It's that weird manual conundrum. First of all, you can see right below me is the controller overlay. So when you start, just the way you tap, what button you tap first, if you tap 1, 2, or 3, the top 3 fish there, that can send you from a slow, medium, or like super slow version of the game. Or if you just tap the little directional disc, then it'll just go into what's called the normal version of the game. And that's what we're going to play here. All the others are just slower versions of that same game. So a less accelerated. Then you pick how many players. So I'll pick 1, of course. And I'm just going to noodle around here as we talk about some of the nuances. And I hit start, enter. Okay. So you are the little yellow fish swimming around. There I am. And like so many other games like this that came along later, your goal is to eat the smaller fish so you can grow and eventually eat the larger fish. Every 1,000 points, your fish will grow. And in fact, if you die and you're like 50 points away, 50 points will get you there. So it's not on this fish, but it's up to every 1,000 points. Your fish is going to grow no matter where you are in the life of that little fish. If your fish dies, no matter how big he is, he goes back to being a tiny fish. So all the work you've built up, whoa, shark, all the work you've built up is lost when you die. There we go. There's an example of a death. And you can kind of tell a little bit about the fish at a glance. Like all of the tan and blue, like the colored fish, these yellow ones around me, they have lots of different sizes for ranking from what's ranked size 0 to 5. And they won't attack each other because they're the same breed of fish, I guess, the same might make a fish. And then you have the pink and red ones. Those are what's considered level 4. You have to be their level or higher in order to not get attacked by them or killed by them. Seahorses are level 3. You see those swimming around periodically. And then at the bottom, you see there's a lobster. There's lobsters and crabs. They leap up from the sea floor to try to grab fish. And the further you go in the game, the higher they will leap, in fact. And you can only kill them if you are level 3 or above, I think, at level 3. And you can only catch them on the down, like they're falling. If they're jumping with their claws, you can't. You got to catch them falling. And if you actually can kill one, you get an extra man out of it. So there's that going. Oh, later, there are also purple fish that are level 3. And later you'll see there are jellyfish, which you just die. They just kill you. Only a shark can kill a jellyfish. And scoring is really kind of crazy. In fact, I'm going to put up this section from the manual to show you that really scoring depends upon how big you are when you eat a fish, how many points the fish are worth on their own, what level you're on, all that. It's very dependent. So if we start with like a little tour of the screen, you can see the number of fish you have is in the upper left. You start with 4 fish, but you can earn extra fish. There are a lot of ways to earn extra fish. The upper right is your score, currently 500. You can play this 2-player, which I think could be awesome cool, because if you and your opponent are the same size, you don't attack each other. But if you're different sizes, the bigger opponent wins, so you can actually gobble your buddy's fish when you're playing, I guess, cooperatively, competitively. It's both, really. So, for example, as I swim around here as a tiny fish, there are only tiny fish that I can eat. Like that little yellow one there I can eat. Oh, he's going to get eaten by a bigger fish. There's one, so I can eat him. And at that size, that's all I can kill. However, at any size, you can attack the shark, and you do that by nibbling on his tail. And the bigger you are, the more points you get, and the bigger you are, the fewer nibbles it takes. So if I could do this, he turns. Whoa! Oh no! There's a big fish up there. But you saw he might turn around. Yeah, every shark that appears on the screen is a new shark. So that one that left, the next shark that comes in is no longer weakened, right? So I'm level 2 shark. So this one looks pretty good. Oh, if I could nibble his tail. Come on, turn around, shark. I didn't quite get him. I love the sound of the shark comes in. All right, nibble, and he turns around really quickly. Come on, I got him. So not only to get all those points, plus I got an extra fish for it. So later on in the game, you can keep building up extra fish. And now that I'm bigger, you can attack him more quickly. I got him again, and I grew. Now, let me talk briefly about the controls here, because they're kind of weird, and they expose I guess I'll call it a limitation of the Intellivision. So you move around with the disc, which is obvious. You also can use, get the shark. You can also use the side button to stop your little fish, like I just did. But if you want to dash, you can tap one of the buttons on the controller, on the numpad, I should say. So here my little fish is swimming normally, and then I tap, and look how he just kind of darts like that. Look at him go. So the problem is, though, you can't move the disc and the control pad or the numpad at the same time. That's a known limitation of the Intellivision. So if you're moving the controller, no amount of hitting something on the numpad is going to work, because the disc and the numpad are on the same circuit or something, the same, ground. I don't know how it works. Mostly I just move around with the disc. Seahorse got me. But periodically I will try to use that dash, especially if I'm in a bind like that. So you will see as I play, I will rarely use that dash. In fact, I usually forget it exists. Or if I tap it, I'm holding the disc already, and it doesn't work. Finally, the last thing before I do a points run I want to talk to you about is the progression in the game. Because I've kind of alluded to this, that every few thousand, I think it's from 0 to 5,000 is level 1, and then from 5,000 to 15,000 is level, I don't know. Here's the chart is on the screen. I forget I didn't memorize it, but the farther you go in the game, the more aggressive they get. So yeah, you get faster and get more points and everything as you grow, but the longer you play and the longer you can stay alive, the more aggressive everything in the game gets. Every fish gets faster. The shark gets faster. The jellyfish come out, which I haven't even seen yet. They get more aggressive and faster. So it becomes more and more challenging, to the point that, my best score, I've been playing this for a week or so leading up to this, and I would say that my best score is around 25,000, and at 25,000 is when it got too aggressive for me to even play it. I just couldn't keep up with anything. So, with all of that knowledge, and there's more to know. If you're going to play this, I recommend looking at the manual. I probably left a few gaps in there, but there's plenty. Got to stay away from the edges, too, when there's no shark on the screen, because he can zip across the screen pretty quickly and get you. When I first played this, I got a whole bunch of 1,500-point games, because I was scared of the shark. But I've learned that the shark is your key to extra lives and higher points and a bigger run. I went from 0 to 3 extra fish now. See? That's how that works. And now I can eat the seahorse. Oh, the shark came across. Okay. All right. I'm going to do a points run. Before I do, I want to remind you of our store over at GenXGrownUp.com/merch, where you get cool nerdy tees from pop culture and gaming, including not Shark, but we have a really cool original Jaws design based on Jaws and a mashup with it and Pac-Man that you might enjoy. Look, every dollar you spend is going to get you something cool, of course, plus it goes to support independent content creation like you see here on GenXGrownUp. So I certainly would appreciate it if you would keep us in mind. Okay, let me kill off these fish so I can start this game anew and see what kind of points run I can get. All right, I killed off those fish. I'm going to just move the disc, which is going to be a standard difficulty game, like player 1, and hit enter. Off we go. All right, I'm going to guess, maybe I can get around 10 or 15,000. That tends to be my average game lately. Whoa, the big fish was in the way. I don't know what it is about. I didn't think much of this game when I very first saw it. As I mentioned, the first few playthroughs, I was just I don't get it. How does anybody have fun with this? But it's learning how to tackle this shark and get the maximum points, the maximum size, and now I have more lives. It ramps up in such a way that you feel awesome until you lose one fish, and then you're back to being a scrub. Whoa, he might turn around. He didn't. Dadgummit. It's tough when you put in the work on the shark. You get the points for biting him, of course, but you won't get the points for killing him unless you can finish the job. Come on, turn around. There we go. Oh, I got one. The big fish was in the way. Get this one. There we go. It just grown. Now I'm size. I guess that's size 2 or 3. You never tell if they start at 0 or 1, but there we go. All right, let's try this guy again. There's a nibble. Whoa, big fish down there. I got zapped. I go back to a tiny fish. You'll also learn pretty quickly that when the shark turns around, he'll either do it at the very edge of the screen like that, or he'll do it about 2/3 of the way across the screen. So those are the two places like that. Perfect. Those are the places I tend to not try to bite him. Mid-screen, I find, is the best place to try to bite him, like that. Because he's less likely to do a U-turn right there and surprise you. Because you just have to not touch any, like the front half of the shark at all. So, all right, nibble. Oh, he turned around. See, at 2/3. He's at 2/3 mark. Now, normally I'd be worried only 2,900. But look, the first 50 points I get, I'm going to grow right away because it's every 1,000. Nibble this little fish. Boom. 3,000. I grew. So let's go after this shark. The key of the game, you've got to get good at getting the shark. That's where all the points and all the extra lives come from. There's one. Big fish. Big fish. Woo, he about got me. Turn around, shark. He left. Maybe he's because he's hurt. Whoa! I noticed, too, on later levels, we're about to cross over into the 5,000, which is a slightly more difficult level. I think it takes about 4 bites with him. Yeah. Now I think I'm the biggest my fish can be. We'll probably see some jellyfish pretty quickly here. There he is. Jellyfish cannot be killed by anything but the shark, so all you can do is dodge them. And notice now how the crab is jumping higher. I've never killed a crab or a lobster before. 3 bites. Yep, 3 bites. I have 7 extra men. I think I can eat that fish now. Yep, got him. Everything's fair game for me except the jellyfish. And look how much faster I can move, too. Look, 80 grand, or 8 grand. Why didn't he? Ooh, he got me. I didn't quite make it past him. Back to little. But I'm little with 200 from a growth and 7 extra lives. So I can see people making crazy runs on this game by just learning all the rules. Whoa, whoa, shark, whoa, shark. Nibble, 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 nibble. Got him. And I grew. Awesome. Whoa, I thought that red one was too big. All right, here comes a seahorse. Come on, shark. Let's dance. There's 1, 2, 3. It takes 1 more to get him, I think. Turn around. He's probably running scared. There he is. Got him. 9 lives. This little figure 8 is the absolute best way to get him, in my experience. Now, here's the extra added way to grow your men, is that, I say fish, is that once you're at maximum size, every 1,000 points, instead of growing, you get an extra life. Ooh, I think it takes 3 bites. Got him. There's another one. Jellyfish. And look, I'm so happy I'm able to do a decent run to show you this game because I've definitely done runs that I didn't get past, 5,000. So you really didn't see. If I can make it to 25,000, you will have seen a pretty decent run at this game where it's really getting difficult. Whoa! You can see the shark's getting faster. Everything's speeding up a little bit. Luckily, as it gets faster, as long as you have built up a few men like I have now, you have a little bit of leeway to lose a few lives. I really like the how the bottom of the ocean is kind of rendered. I like the watch out for the seahorse. I like the coral down there and the all the vegetation. I think it looks really nice and well realized, I guess is what the word I'm looking for. A couple extra fish. 19 grand. Oh, it's getting bad. 2, 3. Oh, I missed him. Come back, shark. Oh, he ran away. I'm already pretty proud of this 20,000 run. I can't tell you how scared I was that I was going to get on camera and not be able to get past 5 grand again because I've had stretches like that. All right, come on, shark. Oh, man. Down to 4 lives. And you can attack the other fish, but the shark is so much greater. It's worth more of your time and effort because you get so much more reward out of it. Oh, there's a lot of those fish around me. Oh, no. Oh, no. This could be it. I will mention, if the game ends here, there's a really cool song. There it is. Yeah. Aww. Then you hit a button and you get right past it. Yeah. So, look, 22.9, that's not bad. Like so many Intellivision games that I've talked about before, it's not that I played and didn't like Shark Shark. It's that I had an Atari. We didn't have an Intellivision or ColecoVision or anything else. So it might as well have been a game you played on the moon because there's no way I was going to have access to it. But now, in hindsight, being able to explore these games now, going back, it's the same kind of fun I had discovering other games on the Atari 40 years ago that I now get to explore now. And Shark Shark, it's going to the top of my list, or near the top of my list probably, of my favorite Intellivision games that I featured here on Friday Plays. I think it's great.
Now, at the outset, Shark Shark was originally considered by Mattel to be a cute game for kids that probably wouldn't be of much interest to older players. As such, the initial run of cartridges was just 5,600 units. When the game became an unexpected hit, though, they had to quickly begin manufacturing on another run, ultimately selling an estimated 100,000 copies of the game. And the popularity didn't end in the 80s. There was an updated version of Shark Shark planned for release on the Intellivision Amico, which, as of 2023, is now available on modern consoles and PC. It looks like something I'm going to have to check out. I play a different vintage game each week here on Friday Plays, so if you have a suggestion of a game you'd like to see me feature, well, drop me a line down in the comments. In the meantime, links to previous episodes here and here. I certainly hope you found something to enjoy in this video. I can't wait to talk to you again next time. Bye-bye.